Okay, so picture this. You just get your flight tickets and you're leaving in a week for your exchange year. What do I pack? If that's you, then don't worry, we're here to help.
A year ago, I was doing the exact same thing as you probably are right now, and I can't even explain to you the emotions that I had in that early stage of the exchange. How do you pack your whole life inside one suitcase?
I did it all wrong.
Some of the things that I think are the most important to remember when it comes to packing is what not to bring. Not what to bring, but what to avoid. One of the biggest mistakes that people usually do is that they bring the stuff that they don't actually use. For example, there might be this shirt. You're like, I like it, but I never wear it, but I might want to go to the States or wherever you're going. Because in my experience, those type of clothes that I brought just in case didn't even work, and they were literally just wasting space in my suitcase that I did not need.
I completely miscalculated how much underwear I needed actually, because you don't know how often you're gonna get to use the laundry machine in your house or apartment, or maybe if your host family has like, and they don't even maybe have a laundry machine, maybe they have like a community laundry thing that they use. You don't know how often you're gonna get to wash your clothes basically. So I would have needed way more underwear and way more socks, especially socks. I ran out of that so fast. I was packing socks for like 2 weeks at a time when I would have needed maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. So I was always running low on socks, and I was borrowing my sister's socks all the time.
Another thing that you really shouldn't bring are stuff that you can easily buy on the other side, such as, you know, shampoo bottles, certain makeup products, or just things that take up a lot of space, because you truly won't need them. If you can choose between something meaningful that you really like versus a shampoo bottle, then don't bring the shampoo bottle. Also, try to minimize the really spacious stuff like winter jackets or bags, you know, because all those things are mostly not going to be used that much.
Pack a lot of comfy clothes, because I did not bring any slippers or basically not even pajama pants and like sweatpants, and that was a big bummer because you're gonna have those days where you're just like chilling on the couch and you don't want to be there in jeans. I made that mistake and it was not a good idea. So bring comfy clothes, bring hoodies, bring sweatpants, and bring slippers, because floor might be cold where you end up. You don't know.
One other thing to remember is that you will most likely have to buy your own luggage. A lot of the times the exchange companies don't pay for that big checked-in suitcase. So don't do the mistake and buy two, buy one. Because when I was heading back, I've received so many gifts, such as, you know, goodbye gifts, new clothes, whatever, that I needed a whole nother suitcase for just gifts and memories. Which meant that, imagine if I had bought 2 suitcases for the coming to America trip, I would have needed like 3 on my way back. So don't do that.
Also, check the climate where you're going. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be cold. Might be completely different from where you live right now. So maybe if you're planning on bringing 20 swimsuits, so you're going to Alaska, that might not be the best idea. Just like gentle reminder. Yeah, I know you probably checked 20 times, but still, just wanna say it.
And also remember that you can ship things back home in case it gets a little too tight. My parents went and visited me when I was halfway through my exchange, and they took big things that I knew for a fact I wouldn't get into my suitcase. Really think strategically and prioritize the things that you will miss, or sort of things that you think that you will need.
Bring gifts for your host family, maybe for your IEC. You're gonna meet them too. Bring gifts for your school, maybe, if you want to do that. When you bring gifts, don't just be like, oh, I'm bringing chocolate, unless you live in like Belgium or Switzerland or something, some country that is known for their chocolate. But bring something that's special for you or for your home country. Like, I'm from Sweden, so I brought dalahästar, which are really only something that's made here. And I brought a Swedish cookbook and stuff like that. So bring something that's close to you and close to your home country, and don't just buy something because you can.
Also make sure to do the research when it comes to dress code and the social norms in your state or wherever you're going. Because I brought a lot of crop tops and dresses that I was used to wearing when I was in Spain or in Sweden on this hot summer day, but since I was in a conservative state, they didn't allow me to wear like half of those clothes in school. So I feel like they were just laying around in my wardrobe and never really being used, even though I love the clothes. So if you know that that's the case, then maybe pick the more modest clothes, because honestly I kind of wish I didn't bring them. You know, you have the times when you're gonna hang out with friends, you can obviously pick those up then, but I would just recommend buying those type of clothes, or just at least keep it in mind. I don't know where you're going, but that was an experience that I had at least.
Bring a power bank for your flight. You don't know if your 8-hour flight across the Atlantic, if you're going that way, but if you're flying for like a long time, you don't know if you're gonna have power outlets on the plane. So you don't know if you're gonna run out of battery. You don't know if something happens at the airport and you're gonna need more battery than you thought. You don't know how long after your flight you have before you get to. If you're going on like welcome days or camp or something, you don't know how long it's gonna take before you get to that campus, you know? So bring power banks. Also, the outlets in your host country, it's probably going to be different than from your home country. So I traveled from Sweden to the United States. So I actually bought converters, something that I could put in the American outlet. So that had a Swedish outlet on it so that I could use my Swedish plugins for that outlet. Apart
from that, it's just important to plan out gifts for your host family and just maybe things that you want to show American friends. I brought a pair of Sweden slippers that I wore all the time. Like, I lived in those, and I just love being able to like be nationalistic and show off my country. I brought a bunch of Swedish flags, I bought Swedish candy. Like, think about things that you might be able to use as conversation starters when you meet new friends. Just pick things of value rather than a good makeup product. Pick the things that you know you're gonna use and that you're gonna be happy to have. Maybe pictures of your family.
Leave room in your suitcase so you can bring stuff home, because you're gonna go shopping there, you're gonna get gifts from people. It's gonna be Christmas probably when you're there. You're gonna get stuff. I traveled there with 1 suitcase, came back with 3. Because I overpacked and I had stuff in my suitcase that I never even used. That's also the thing. If you haven't used something in the last year, you're not going to use it in the next year. So don't bring it. That's unnecessary.
I just would recommend you to make a good plan before. Don't bring a lot of spacious stuff, and remember that you're gonna carry on so much more luggage on the way back home. So give yourself the space to get stuff throughout the year that you most likely want to bring back to your home country.
Anyways, good luck on your exchange year and have so much fun, and good luck with your flight, and I wish you all the best.